What is up, party people? My name is Darrel Wilson, and today I'm going to be talking all about Gutenberg today. That is right, another video about Gutenberg. I'm sure you have been bombarded with just ads and websites and blogs talking about Gutenberg, how it's the end of WordPress, etc. It is a bunch of nonsense. All it is just a new style editor, and I happen to like the writing experience. Now, in this video, I'm just going to be doing a general review about it, show you some of the features, and you can let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Also, we are getting closer to version 5.0, so I'm sure now when you log into your dashboard, you get this little coming soon, and that's because Gutenberg is going to be implemented on every single website at version 5.0. So right now we have version 4.9.8, and again, you can expect to see this on your WordPress dashboard and implemented on your WordPress website when Gutenberg 5.0, or sorry, when WordPress 5.0 comes out. But I would say maybe 3 to 6 months until we get there, until we actually see a stable version of Gutenberg. So let's go ahead and just jump into this. Let's go ahead and just introduce you all to the new editor for WordPress. So right here we have a heading and we have a description. So for example, right here, just like our old editor, we have the title and we have the description. Right here, same thing, title and description. So here I'll put in something like how to use Gutenberg. And then right here, we'll just go ahead and paste some demo content, or I'll go over here and copy this and just simply go ahead and paste in some demo content. Now, one of the big differences between the classic editor and Gutenberg is built on a blocking system. So the default editor doesn't really use blocks. So for example, right here, I'll put like a WordPress tutorial and then simply just go ahead and paste some description in. Now, Gutenberg uses blocks. So for instance, right here, we have a text block. We have a heading block. Let's say you want to go ahead and add in another block. Now, this is very similar to Divi's backend with modules. So Divi uses modules in the backend, very similar. So right here, I'll click on add a block. And let's just say you want to go ahead and add in an image right here. So, okay, cool, I'll add an image. I'll simply go ahead and put in this turtle right here. The turtle's having a good time. Now, whenever you add something in or you want to kind of modify it, on your right side right here, you're going to see you have this blocking information right here. So right here, you can change the image size, you can change the dimensions, you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. You can also change it by simply just dragging it. In fact, all of these blocks right here, you can simply just go ahead and click on the move down and it'll just replace it instead of actually, having to manually do it, because looking over here, we don't have that. So this is a much easier writing experience with WordPress. Now you can also take it right here and simply just go ahead and drag it below. Let's see right here, drag it below. You can also drag it below. Oh, I almost had it. Let's see, we go. There it goes. I had it right. No, there's a blue line. Here we go. There it goes. Yeah, I did it. All right. So it's a general, easier writing experience. Now let's just say, for instance, you want to just keep writing more content. You would say, okay, I'll add a block, I'll add a paragraph, I'll put it there, but I want it below the image, and that's what I meant to do. So all you need to do is just click on move down right there, and you're all set. Now there is one thing that I was looking for that I couldn't find out how to do, and I was just kind of sitting there like, how do I do this? So I wanted to put the text next to this image, and I kind of like sat there for a while thinking, okay, how do I do this? So right here, I clicked on it, and I'm trying to thinking, okay, do I just drag the content? And I was kind of confused because I couldn't do it. What you have to do is you actually have to shrink the image right here and then click on align right or align left, and then you can kind of adjust the image size right there. So, this is I guess you could say like a secret of Gutenberg. I just didn't know how to do it until I actually had to research it. But I can see Gutenberg, adding more like an easier user interface so people don't have to kind of guess how to do that. Another thing that I kind of want to give a word of caution is the columns. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and add a new block and use the columns right here. Now, columns are great because let's say you want to go ahead and add in multiple content right here. You can go ahead and add it in. So right here, I have 2 columns of content, and you can actually go ahead and add in more. Now, it took me a while also to find out how to do this because I had to go over here, and then over here, we can add in columns. Now, sometimes, there we go. So sometimes it's a little glitchy, but it works just fine, guys. It's a very easy writing experience. So right here, I pasted some content in. Now, one word of advice here is if you ever want to delete this right here, you need to make sure that you already have this content written down, because if you actually tried to remove the columns, it'll actually delete all of the content as well. It won't carry it over into the next column. So right here, for instance, if I put 2 columns, there we go. all that content was erased. You can see it's not in my other content right there. It's not in my other box right there. So it's just like a small little, just a small advisory, just things to look out for. That was the only thing that I saw from Gutenberg that I thought maybe they can improve it. But overall, I think it's a great writing experience. I'm really excited for this to happen because let's be honest, this right here it's not the best right here, Now, also they've introduced like new sections right here where they have like, they have common blocks, formatting. Essentially, they're just different widgets and gadgets that you can use to kind of emphasize your blog. So for instance, right here, over here, we have the toggle toolbar. We have like a horizontal line. They have virtually the same thing over here. I believe it is, which module is that? Layout elements. Yeah, like a separator, the read more, a button. All the stuff right here is available in WordPress. So they just have added a little bit more. I think the button actually is a new one. So I don't think they have a button in the old one right here. So I am interested to see what they add in here with WordPress, or with Gutenberg, because some of the stuff right here is pretty new. It does take just some time to get used to, though. Like for instance, right here you can have like an affiliate blog, and then right here you can put in like next, and then maybe you can add in like a background color to it, or I don't know. You can even run an affiliate blog right here, and then background color do orange, because that's like the Amazon color. When people see that, they're like, oh, Amazon, right? So I believe overall it is a great writing experience. There are some reasons though why you'd want to use the classic editor. They have a very interesting option in here called classic, and it took me a while to find out why they had this, and that's because sometimes when you're using Gutenberg, the plugins and widgets don't show up. So by default, when you go to widgets right here, you can kind of find out, like, let's say for example, you have like WooCommerce installed, and you have like the recent products. Now sometimes you might not have it available in your might not be available in Gutenberg. Now right this right here, it'll actually show up right here. So let's say for instance you have a plugin that actually has like a contact form or something else that you might need, and it shows up on your classic editor. That's a reason why you'd want to use the classic editor. Now I don't have any plugins installed here, so I can't give a great example, but you know how when you have a plugin installed, how it shows up on your classic editor. Now if you do have a plugin installed and it just doesn't show up for Gutenberg, try the classic editor and it should show up somewhere around here. I know for like for certain plugins like social warfare, you have a little thing for it right there. Also Bloom by Elegant Themes and Monarch, you have like a little icon or widget. So if you can't find it, just go ahead and switch to the classic editor, and then right here you can just go ahead and paste it. This stuff will not come up, so don't worry about like this looking like this on your page. It will not look like that. So for instance, I'll just go ahead and bold this. So I think we're ready right now to kind of just give you an example of how this works. And again, right here, this right side is just stuff like, categories, tags, featured image right here. I'll go ahead and put one. We'll put something like this beautiful sunset right here. So here, again, we have the categories, we have the tags, you have the featured image. They've just basically put them in different positions. They made it a little bit more cleaner, and I kind of like that about Gutenberg. And then right here, excerpt, if you want to go ahead and put in some excerpt, but if you're using Yoast, you might not need to use that. So again, some of these options might not be fully necessary. So let's go ahead and save this as draft, and let's check it out. All right, preview page, and there you go. So how to use Gutenberg, and then here I have my my text, and then we have this text, and we have this text, etc. with the button buy now. Looks good. Now, one thing that didn't show up is the featured image. I'm actually curious as to why that didn't show up. Maybe that is a bug. I am using a brand new version of newspaper. No, now it's newspaper 9. So here's go to view post. Maybe if I oh, there it goes. All right, there it goes now. So there it goes. So ultimately, I think it is a pleasant writing experience. I think that it's great. You are seeing companies from Envato Market create themes for it. And I am curious as to actually how they're having the writing experience with these WordPress themes. So I still don't know what a WordPress theme would be for Gutenberg. I'm very curious as to see how they implement these new themes and plugins with this page editor. Maybe they're trying to make a new editor. Maybe they're trying to implement new widgets, very similar to Elementor when there's add-ons. They just have like little gadgets and widgets. Maybe they're just going to give you more widgets for this page builder as well. So let me know what you think about Gutenberg in the comments below. I think overall it is a very pleasant writing experience. I like it. I think it is a big upgrade from the old editor. Now some developers might not like it because they're going to have to change all of their plugins to accommodate Gutenberg. So it is going to be a lot of work for the WordPress community. It's going to be a lot of work for the WordPress developers. But overall, I think that this is something that is a great plus for WordPress that's really going to improve the writing experience and help people write easier, nicer content. So let me know what you think about Gutenberg in the comments below. I'm very interested to see what my viewers have to say about this. I think that it's it's a writing, it's a great editor. Now, one thing I want to reiterate again, that it's not going to replace Divi. It's not going to replace Elementor. It is just simply an editor. You can use it for your pages, but it's very somewhat limited as to page builders like Elementor or Divi. It's not there yet. Maybe in 20 years, but right now it's great for just something to write on and just put your content on. So again, my name is Darrel Wilson. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to share it, and I will see you all in the next video.